inconsistent,
All right, Black History, baby. Wait, before we even start this thing here, there's something that came up on TikTok that I was like, I said this in an episode in the past, and this other guy saying it, and I want to go back and try to find that clip that I said in the episode and post it. I just don't remember what episode it was, and I think it was the episode we had Mike on, and he disagreed with it, if I remember correctly. And we kind of went back and forth for a few minutes on it. And it's that we shouldn't associate, when we think about black culture, people think of everything when it comes to like rap and hip hop and stuff like that, right? Violence. This is what people think about when they think about black culture. They think about all these, shooting each other, drugs, right? And we need to separate that from the ghetto culture and the black culture. We should separate them instead of making them one thing. Because when you ask a white person what's black culture, what they're going to tell you? They're automatically going to say hip-hop. And in their head, they're going to think about all the hip-hop stuff. And they're going to bring that into black culture. Like, this is what you guys are like. You guys are like this. But there should be a separation between the ghetto culture and the black culture. It should be separate.
But one created the other, or one...
I think they both came up together. But I don't think they're the same, because when you look at ghetto, let's say imagine you take the black culture out of ghetto culture. What is ghetto culture? Is not just black people; it's everybody that grew up in the ghetto. It's Chinese. How many Chinese people we know that grew up in the hood that do the same thing like we do? That we don't even think about them as Chinese. You know what I mean? We think of them like they're one of us. Because we grew up together, or Spanish people, or black people, right? We all kind of grew up together, so we didn't even think about race.
Us.
Yeah.
New Yorkers.
Not New Yorkers, the people that grew up in the hood.
Nah, nigga, New Yorkers.
Because, I'll give you an example. There's a guy at my job, he's Chinese. But if you didn't know that, you were like, yo, this nigga's Dominican. He's Dominican. He's from the hood. He's Dominican.
Does he look Chinese?
He looks Chinese. If you look at him, you're like, oh, he's Asian. He's Chinese, 100%.
But if you got to know him,
once you start talking to him, you're like, oh, this nigga's he's from the hood. He grew up in the hood. He spent his whole life in the hood. But when you go to, he even says it too. You look at my family, my parents even. They're the classic Chinese family.
We're talking about the separation of race and culture.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
This is what you're saying.
Yeah, this is kind of what we talked about before, but this one's very this is what's leading a lot of, in my opinion, what leads white people to view black people in a bad light.
This is what leads who people?
White people
to look bad
at black people, to be like, oh, they're ghetto. They're ghetto. So if a black man walks in with a suit and a tie, the white person in their head associates black people with this ghetto thing. So they're like, you may be nice right now,
but you know that wasn't associated to blacks initially.
What? Ghetto culture?
Ghetto.
I know, but right now that's where we're at.
But at one point, when you said ghetto, you thought of a Jewish person.
Yeah.
In a Jewish location, huddled up together.
Yeah, like the pores and all that. What I'm saying is this, that
now it turned into...
It became one thing.
Black people.
Yeah.
Ghetto.
And it shouldn't be. We should solely keep it separate.
Because there's ghetto in every race.
There's ghetto. The hood is everybody.
In every culture.
The Jews used to be the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Originals.
The Italians used to be the hood for a while. The Irish. Right? They were the hood. And now it's the black people. But and historically it was like that too.
So then we're doing fine. It was just we're now just picking on the blacks.
Yeah, that basically was happening. But I think
that's what it is. It's black's turn.
I think we've been picking on them for too long.
I think we've been on them for
I think it's time to make the separation. Jeez.
We gotta pick our new ones.
Yeah.
Who would you pick? Chinese?
I think it's time. I think it's time.
I think it's time.
Actually, no. They had a hard time for a while. They had a hard time. They built the railroads. I think we should let them rest for a little bit.
Some would say maybe it's the whites' time.
Some may say that, yeah.
But
they had plenty of those times.
También.
Well, think about it. When you think of, remember they had the
because
Irish,
what is
the
white?
Italian, exactly. So to them, if you go to an Italian guy or an Irish guy specifically, and you're like, all right, it's your turn. You're like, well, I had that already. You're like, no, but you white. Like, what? I was Irish before. Now I'm white. So I get one from each. I get, you know.
And because we carry this, like for us, right? What we went through as Puerto Ricans, right? Our history. Because we know our history, do we begrudgingly carry that into how we flow as a society? So, like for the blacks, for example, Puerto Ricans, for example, against the whites, are we racist?
No, I don't think so. I'm not. I don't think we. So I don't think there's
because of what you did to me.
I don't think there's racism in the sense of you have it or you don't have it. I think we're all racist.
Every single
the
person.
The nicest grandma. I think we're all racist. I think there's just different levels. You know what I'm saying? But I think
you just reminded me of a video of this grandma that was.
I bet you won't do that. I bet trick or treat.
I don't think y'all should sing it. She don't need no money right
now. Yeah, touch it. Bitch out. Fuck your ass.
She's sorry. When you said grandma.
Oh shit! Stop
it. Do you see what I'm saying though? Is it that we're being taught in schools? There's this month, there's that month, and I get a month, and then you grow up learning what happened to your peoples, and it's like you start painting this image of a white dude with a whip, or a dude with a farm controlling, abusing. And it's that white dude turns into every white dude you see on the street.
Yeah. No, but that's we only know that because it's recent history. Because before that white dude was a different race.
Right.
If you go back 1,000 years, that white dude was an Arab guy,
and he
whipping
was
people. If you go 1,000 years before that, it was a
he was the person.
It was a different guy. Yeah, exactly. So we only carry that because it's recent history. So we associate the white guys as the
But what I'm asking, in your opinion, by carrying it, are we also inherently manifesting racism?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So then stop it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Stop it. Yeah.
Cut it out.
Get over it. That's it. Let's move forward.
We get Black History Day. We get Black History.
No, I think a week is good. I like a nice solid week.
A week is good.
Yeah. I think a week is good. I think we should,
so a week for blacks, a week for whites, and a week for Asians, because those are the main cultural identities. What did we say it's called? Races.
I don't want to go hard and be like everybody gets one, because then we'll be all freaking week, month, whatever, or a year.
Okay, so that point right there. So I don't want to. So, but that's not fair, Noel.
That's okay. Sometimes things are not fair, and I'm okay with that, because you didn't mention Hispanic. And I wasn't going to be like, we have to have one. I was just like, hey, it is what it is.
That's a very good point. Very good point for you pointing that out. You didn't mention in Spanish when I gave you the 3, because I was giving you what? I was giving you racist, Papa. Like we said in the last segment. Yeah. I was giving you the 3 categories that we decided are the major identifiers of this race called human.
Yeah.
If you aliens came in, what we're saying is, welcome to Earth. Which category would you like to delve into? We have the darker skin.
No, wait, be even better?
We have the lighter skin. And then we have the ones with their eyes closed.
It would be better if the aliens show up and they show us that. And they're like, this is, we've been abducting people for years. This is what we got so far. This is the categories you guys are in. Even stuff that we never realized. We're like, oh my God.
Who's that one guy?
Yeah.
That nigga's Jose. We put him
Jose,
separate.
can't you see? That's him.
So, you see what I'm saying? So, those are the 3 category identifiers. From then you start, everyone needs their day. This is America, which is not founded on a race. It's founded on, I don't know what it's founded on. The founders. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's like, we're never really going to escape.
Well, yeah.
And we decided this collectively.
But that's the problem. The problem is that we carried that from racist ideology from the history. You know what I'm saying? Because the founders, if you're going to go back to the founders, some of them didn't want slavery in America. We didn't start slavery. I mean, the American people didn't start slavery. That came from Britain to the Americas. Okay?
I was going to say the Spanish.
When it was the colonies, the British colonies, they had slavery, right? So when they did the revolution, they're like, okay, all men be free, all men be free. Some of the states were like, well, we kind of need the slaves because if we need people to do these fields and all that. So if you get rid of slavery, we're asked out. So we're not going to join you guys. So some of the colonists that wanted to get rid of slavery was like, all right, we'll kick the bucket down the line and be like, join us, and eventually we'll get to it to release the slave. But right now we need soldiers. So you guys need to join us so we can fight the British off. So for now, you guys can keep your slavery, but in the Constitution, we're going to write all men are created equal. So that way, later on down the line, we know what we about.
Yeah.
We're kicking the bucket down the line. You know,
We're not doing anything about it right now.
because we need you. We need your soldiers. We need your food. We need all that.
We're not going to do anything about it right this. It's not going to feel like we're doing. Actually, we are doing something right now, but the fruits of thy labor, it's not going to be instant.
Because right away,
This is the process.
like we were talking about last segment with they were moving the statues of the founders. Some of those founders were abolitionists. They didn't want slavery.
Yeah, at all.
You know what I'm saying? In fact, one of the founders had a son that.
Was it in Washington that didn't want slavery, but his wife kept them or something like that?
So I think he didn't want slavery, but he was okay with having slavery. So he was like, "This is a bad thing, but you know, who's gonna wash my shoes? Who's gonna
Maybe-
clean your toilets, Donald Trump?" That was him.
That Donald Trump.
He didn't want slavery, but he was like, "Hey, we
How
need
did
it."
Donald Trump end up back there?
Oh, you remember that with the lady? That she's like, "Who's gonna clean your toilets, Donald Trump?"
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
everyone's like, "Ooh."
Whoa.
But that's the mentality. Like, we want to get rid of it, but we need it.
Yeah, she must have felt like shit.
And we're gonna play that clip now.
Not help. And if you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that
No.
you know what I mean, like when I'm saying that
There's more jobs to be.
in LA they always
But
they don't.
Latinos are not only the
No,
only people
I didn't mean it
doing
like that. Come on, no, I would never mean it like that.
Yo, nigga.
That's crazy. But
This is why I don't do live interviews because I don't want my pants pulled onto me. You know what I mean? Ooh.
but there was people within there that didn't want it. Some people had it. Like, okay, Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson said slavery is horrible. But you know what he had?
Mad slaves.
Slaves. Because at the time that was normal. Imagine
You making $1,000 a month. Let's put it in this context. Let's say it's $100,000 a month in your business, and that's what you're used to taking home. And then all of a sudden, you go to zero because you have no workers. They're free.
because somebody else from whatever 4 states away was like, hey,
4 states away
You're like,
decided
yo,
that
what
this
the
is
hell?
wrong. So now you have 0 laborers. So you have 0 going out, 0 coming in. So you go, then you realize, okay, I got to hire these free people. So I go from making 100,000 a month to
20. Yeah, a lot of
whatever.
expenses.
Yeah, expenses, because now they're free. So they won't, you know what I mean? So you lose instantly a certain amount of money. Like that festering more hate towards
Yeah.
who? The 4 states away people that decided that this was no longer the way? Or do you hate the very people that you employed?
Yeah. I mean, you have to judge the Civil Wars. They hated everybody. They're like, F these people that work in the field and F those guys over there.
Racism is taught and is handed down,
Yeah.
much like traditions and cultural
Well, I wouldn't
things.
I wouldn't say that's the only way racism starts.
That it's no. I said racism is handed down.
Yeah.
It's
But-
not that it started. How this is, in my opinion, this is how it continues. It continues because we hand it down on an intimate 1-to-1 basis with our very own offsprings,
But I also think that racism can be formed
or
even
developed.
if nobody taught us. Yeah. Because, and I think I give this example 1,000 times, where it's like, imagine you never saw a tiger, and you walk with your boy in the woods, and they're like, "Oh wow, what is that?"
There's no way you've never seen a black person
And
or
they
a Chinese person.
No, I'm just
or-
saying. Wait, listen. And you go to your friend's like, "Oh, let me go touch it. What is that?" And he goes to touch it, and the tiger destroys him. And you watch it like, "Oh my god, let's get out of here." Every time you see a tiger from that point forward, you're gonna be like, "Yo, they're scary. Be careful. They're monsters." So I think a person that it doesn't have a racist bone in their body, they watch the news every day, and the suspect always shows up in a little box in the corner, and it's always a black guy. Then one day they're walking down the block, and there's a bunch of black guys standing in the corner. They're like, I've seen this on the news before.
So it's not the parents.
I don't think it's always that. I think it's culture in general.
Okay.
You know,
the way we treat each other.
I think it's more than that.
How did I grow up to hate blue people? Can't stand them.
I don't know. It depends. It depends what you. That's what I'm saying. It's more than just I taught you.
It wasn't
so
grandma saying stay away from the blue people. No te case con alguien azul.
No, because again, we go back to Puerto Rican culture. Like again, it's such a small thing, Puerto Rican culture, and you say sometimes Puerto Ricans are racist, right? And like te cuida con lo moreno, right? But if you have a baby and the baby comes out black and you bring it to your racist grandma, what she's gonna say? Ay, la trigueña, mira la pelo. Who's gonna be combing her hair? Who's gonna be loving that baby? She loves her.
To her, that baby's not black.
No, that baby's not black. That baby, cause why? Cause that baby's her culture.
That's her baby.
That's her baby.
That's her baby.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. When you look at race and culture, race is over there. Culture's right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're black or white or Chinese. If we're in the hood and we're ghetto, like we have our ghetto culture, we're together in this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way these cultures look at each other. It don't matter what your skin color is.
Should it be illegal to ask those questions? I think it should.
I think eventually it's gonna be.
Eliminate that completely, and stop adding shit to the biological aspects of who we are. It's one or the other.
I think eventually we're gonna get to the point where all of us are gonna look the similar.
The same. We did this. We had an episode where we cut up and we did the whole, right, where I showed what
the future of humanity.
what we look like, and we just look like aliens, nigga.
Which is good. Yeah, I think that. Yeah,
we look like the blue, the big eye green, the big eyes alien, the big head aliens. That's what they're called, right?
The Greys.
The Greys. That's us.
We're the Greys. We're not gonna be gray though. We're gonna be like a trigueño.
Nigga, I'm already gray. Nigga, I'm heading my skin tone in every angle and camera.
What the heck?
I'm starting to see my own skin complexion in other people's eyeballs. It's like, oh Lord, I need some vitamin D, daddy.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Wait, what holiday? Is it actually President's Day? Is that the name of the holiday?
That is not the official name of the holiday.
It's not.
No.
What's the name of the holiday?
The federal government still refers to it as George Washington's birthday.
Really?
Federally.
Over here, I got Lincoln's birthday on the 12th, and then President's Day on the 19th.
Yeah, so originally it
Where
was
does George-
celebrated on the 22nd.
But because this is birthday, they're like, hey, why don't we celebrate them all?
No, that's another misconception. And that's something that we carry to this day. But a little fun fact, it was initially to celebrate George Washington's birthday, which was February 22nd. Later on, they wanted to add Abraham Lincoln. And they tried to change the name to President's Day, but it was rejected by the council.
But then what? Abraham Lincoln still got his birthday?
So instead, they moved the day because they wanted to honor Abraham Lincoln as well. So they moved the day to the 3rd February of the calendar.
This is the quality.
That's from the future. That's the quality.
What is that magical glass? I should probably mute mine just in case.
Yeah, you should probably check yours too.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Do you know Rosa Parks wasn't the person originally they were going to pick to do the busting? Wait, hold on. Wait. I think we talked about this one time. When they were trying to do like the civil rights, they were trying to find somebody to start a process to bring it to Supreme Court. They were trying to find something, a case. There was a woman that was like, I volunteer to become this person. And they were like, all right, you're going to sit in the front of the bus. They're going to kick you to the back. And then we're going to start this court case saying, hey, we should be allowed to sit wherever we want, right? They didn't pick her because she had children out of wedlock. And they were like, that's a bad look. We can't use you.
So they picked Rosa Parks.
And then they picked Rosa Parks. She didn't. This wasn't random. She didn't think to herself, "Oh, one day, I'm just gonna sit here, and it's gonna be this thing where I'm gonna fight it in court." They told her to do that part. They were like, "We're gonna do a court case. We need you to sit in the front." And she's like, "All right, you're gonna go through the process. You're gonna go to jail. We're gonna bail you out that same day, and then we're gonna sue the bus company, which is gonna go all the way to the Supreme Court, and then eventually they're gonna say all men are created equal. Yep, that's constitutional. I'm sorry, what you're doing is illegal."
So, but you were told what?
That she was tired, her feet hurt or something like that. She was like, "I just need to sit down." So she sat down. They kicked her out. They got her arrested for sitting in the wrong part of the bus. That she was like, "I'm not getting up."
Okay.
Right.
So
that's what we were all taught. I feel like. Right. What I found out later on was like, no, they had meetings before this happened. Like, this is what you're gonna do. This is the stop you're gonna get on. It was all the whole setup just so they can sue and make this happen.
So the tired part that you mentioned to me was the story of the oppression. It wasn't that she was tired.
It's like, I'm tired of the oppression.
Because she sat there very perked and it was very like staged. She was there. She was, with her nice jacket, and she sat there and she didn't make eye contact.
Yeah.
She showed no fear. She stood there like the moment, like I came in there with a mission. So in my mind, both are true. Both statements are true. Where, yeah, it was staged, but the oppression part wasn't because Rosa herself her feet were tired, but that their peoples were.
Yeah. I'm sick of this oppression. Look at her go, though.
Yeah, that's a smile, nigga.
Yeah, she's like,
that's a smirk.
I'm doing it.
That's y'all niggas don't know what's coming next. We got lawyers.
Then they did have lawyers.
We got lawyers. Like, it was perfectly prop. But the emphasis was the oppression, not the process by which they got what they got out of it.
Yeah.
That was the triumph over it. And what came out of that? She got to sit. Black people can sit wherever they want.
Now they can sit. Now they sit in the back of the bus because they want to now.
Yeah,
they're always back there.
That's where you smoke.
That's where the loud music is always at.
That's where the music, the loud ones, the conversations. No, seriously, what did we get out of Rosa Parks? Drinking water, fountain waters. Did that?
Yeah, I think they got rid of all that crap. Yeah.
The bus, sitting back in the bus, separate water, separate stalls.
Because remember, before that there was what they called it, equal but separate. I think they called it. Where it's like where the way it goes is that we're supposed to have equal things, but we're gonna put theirs separate than ours. So you have the same water fountain as us, but it's separate. You have your colored water fountain, and you have ours. And if you're Puerto Rican, whatever you look like was like, okay, I can get away with drinking out the water fountain. I just gotta stay quiet. I just can't talk.
You couldn't talk in the place.
Because some Puerto Ricans get away with it. So if you walk in and you drink your water from the white water fountain,
right, and you right,
if somebody walks up to you and like, "Hey, howdy, partner, how's it going?" If you go, that's it.
That's it. Done.
That's it.
That was my dad, bro.
As soon as you say that's it. I like it to drink in the water. That's it. You're done. Look at the Mexican over here. Get this Mexican out of here.
My dad, blue green eyes, came out here pretty much when the mafia was like, the Italians ran the streets. They were the ghetto. And this thing was like,
shut the fuck up.
Just
go to work.
I just smiled and like, wow, America,
baby.
Yeah. Does that happen to you? When you walk down the streets, do people recognize you as like, do you feel Spanish when you walk down the street?
I don't know what that feels like. I know that when I was in Albany is like a different culture too. So Albany don't have a lot of it's kind of like the way Texas was, where it's like a lot of either you're black or you're white or you're Mexican. There's not much mix. There's no Dominicans up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. So when I was working in the factory, everybody separated by race, sort of, but not always. It was more like culture. Like if you listen to rock, like classic rock, then this is where those guys hang
There
out.
was a whole town of that shit. Go over there.
No, and I'm saying within the factory.
Oh,
They had their own section. Then you have the hip hop section over here, and you had, you know, whatever, the quiets over here. I was able to jump into any one I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said nothing to me. I was able to hang out with the white guys, listen to the classic rock, you know, whatever.
whereas the dark skinned guy wouldn't go to the light skinned
No, they wouldn't.
guys.
It's not like they were not allowed. They just didn't.
Naturally,
Yeah. They're like, I'm going to hang out with these guys. You know, they have the hip hop playing over there. We'll listen to that.
they have the hip hop and they look like me.
Yeah. And
Is it more about they have the same music I liked versus they look like me?
No, I think it was just the cultural. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, music.
The music was.
So, and also the funny thing is that if you go to the black side, they smoke weed. If you go to the white side, they all get drunk. It's a different drug, even. You know what I'm saying? If you want to drink, you go to the white guys and you hang out with them for a little while. If you want to smoke, you go to the black guys and you hang out with them for a little while.
Not that niggas don't drink.
No, but that's what they did on the
you
job.
got a few. We got one or two of them
Yeah,
that
yeah.
were drinking. You know, that wasn't coffee.
So it's funny. So like I would hang out. Sometimes I'll go with the white guys and hang out with them because some of them did smoke weed, like the young ones. They smoke weed. So we would talk, and while we're talking,
Excuse me.
I would say, you know, the N word sometimes as I'm talking, and they're like, you know, I couldn't say that, or they would be like, they don't say nothing to you, like the guys over there. I was like, what? Like almost like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you saying? Like, I don't understand what you. I don't. Why you guys? I can't say the word. I don't understand. They were like, yeah, they don't, you know. Meanwhile, these white guys like, I would never say that. And I was like, bro, I'll say it to their face. Like, they don't care.
I know their shockness to.
Yeah.
That's happened to you more than once.
Oh, yeah. And then, like,
And every time it's happened to you,
I'm almost like, what are you talking about? Like, shut the hell up. Are you crazy? Why are you even saying that? You bring up some weird thing. I feel like it's weird to even say.
yeah, you're making me think that I'm racist.
Yeah.
I'm not even on that
Like,
that
what are you
category.
saying?
I'm
Yeah,
not
like,
even in
what are
that
you
ether.
Okay, so remember I was telling you about the Asian guy that you could have sworn he's Dominican?
Yeah.
He says it all the time. Nobody bats an eye.
Nobody.
Nobody even thinks about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of, you can tell he's from this culture. But if he came in, you know what I'm saying, with the pure Chinese culture. In fact, we did have another guy that was Chinese like that. And if he would have said it, we would have been like, what the hell? Take it easy, bro. You know what I mean? But this other guy, because you could tell that's just the way he talks. It was like nothing. Like, it doesn't even register. It's just the way we talk.
You ever seen the guy that goes around to these other countries? He speaks mad different language, but he speaks it like if he was born there.
Yeah, yeah.
And he does those videos where he's like, he starts talking. He's like white as shit, bro. Like the whitest white dude that's gonna grow up to be a bald, Humpty Dumpty white dude mowing his lawn. Like, and he just goes in mad randomly speaking it culturally, like he's native to the language, and the reactions of people's faces.
Yeah. There used to be a black guy that used to do that, but I don't know what happened to him. He died. I think he had a heart attack, something weird like that. A young guy. All right. Black History Month. Let's talk about a few things. One, the diaspora. You know what the diaspora is?
No, remind me,
Okay, so then,
because I've heard the word.
so basically all it means is this. Okay. You have Africans that were supposed to be in Africa, I guess, and they got stolen or bought and shipped to different parts of the world. That the shipping part, they're putting in the middle of somewhere that they don't belong. That's called the diaspora, right? So they got placed, all of them. A lot of them went to South.
Mad places.
Yeah, a lot of them went to South America, Central America, America, all of those areas, right? The diaspora. So American blacks are from the African diaspora. That's where they come from, right? But you could say the same thing for every single one of them. There's a piece, right? Because they got bought over as slaves. So I mean, I'll talk about specifically Puerto Rico. The Indians that were there were getting destroyed by the Spanish.
Mostly by disease.
Yeah. So the Spanish were like, we need more of these Indians. We don't have any here. So they're already shipping blacks to America. Let's get some of them over here.
By the boatload.
So they could work these fields. You know what I'm saying? Just sugar cane or whatever. So the mixture, as you know, as time progressed, people started mixing with each other. That mixture of, you know, I forgot what they called it, mestigos, when it was like white people and black and Indians had babies, they would call them mestigos, something like that. and then you got the black guys that come in. So it's like the mix of all three is what makes the Hispanic, well, not Hispanic, specifically Puerto Rican people. This is what made us what we are. We didn't exist before this point. You know what I'm saying? At the time, we were the Tainos. You know? But those people are gone. But we carry their lineage, their blood in us. Same thing with the Africans and the Hispanics, the Spanish. So we're like a new breed, you know, relatively new race, if you want to say it. We're like a new race that got made of mixing all these people together. You know? And that one of those people are the African diaspora that got mixed in with us. So you see this a lot within Spanish culture. You talk to somebody and they're mad dark skin, the kinky hair, all that, you know? And you talk to them and you're like, yeah, this person's Spanish. But if you look at it in front of American eyes, you're like, no, that guy's black. Me no black. The Dominican guy I was talking about before, you ask him, he's like, no, I'm not black. But if you look at him, like, yeah, this guy's black. You know? Again, in his head, he's like, no, I'm from here. I got made here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is me. I didn't get shipped over here. I was made here. My people were made here. You know? We didn't exist before this point. We didn't get brought here. We were literally made here. Literally. So when you say that you're black, they're like, I'm not black. I may have some black in me because that's how I was made. But I'm not them. They're different from me. I'm here. This is what I'm made at. You know?
It's crazy because we talk about racism. It's a bad word, right? But it's also...
I don't think it's a bad word.
Why?
Because I think everybody's racist in some way, shape, or form. I think we all carry some of that.
Is it a washed word?
What do you mean washed?
Like today's society is washed.
Well, I think what I think it is that the word has got diminished so much because they use it for everything.
You're racist.
So it almost means nothing. You know? So when you actually meet a racist person, it's almost shocking. It's like, whoa, this guy's really racist. But if you meet that guy and some other guy, some white guy that's like, yeah, when I see these black guys rolling their dice in the middle of the night, I kind of cross the street. Well, they'd be like, no, you're the same as that KKK member. You're both racist. But they're not. It's totally different, you know? This white guy's being safe, honestly. Because he might be a victim. He's trying to avoid being a victim. Because if I was with those guys at night, and we saw this white guy come like, yo, look, he look like he got some money on him. He got a phone on him.
It had nothing to do with the...
It has nothing to do with race.
With race.
It's
it had to do with the fact that it was late at night.
Yeah. And he made a bad decision.
A group of men are together.
And if you're going to walk through the dice game, you're done, bro. You might as well just, as you're walking by, just give us your stuff.
You might as well start some shit going in if you're going to walk through the dice game, bro. We're playing the game here.
But people will be like, yo, that's racist. And to me, I'm like, no, that's being smart and safe. It's the reason why we lock our doors at night. It's not because we're racist. It's because I'm trying to be safe.
It's not because I'm trying to be racist. It's because I'm trying to be safe. But now that guy's walking down the street and the lady or the family looking out the window like, what's going on outside? They're getting a picture of the scenario too, right? They're the ones that are... It's the outsider looking in that's saying this person is racist. But who's feeling the racism in that scenario? The niggas playing dice?
Nobody. None of them are feeling the racism. You know who feels the racism?
The guy who crossed the street?
No, the guy that's calling him racist.
The person that's looking at the window like, wow, look at that white guy.
Yeah,
he crossed the street.
He's the only one. The white guy's like, oh, shoot, let me go over there. These guys.
The black guys are too... The black guys...
They're in the game.
They're like, yeah, I'm winning. I'm fucking losing.
Yeah.
They're not even... They don't even recognize that the nigga walked across the street, probably.
He doesn't register until he walks past them. And they're like, what the fuck? This guy's crazy?
Yeah.
They might even tell him, yo, next time go across the street, bro. They might even tell him that.
But to the person in the window across the street
They're
looking...
the one, yeah.
And then they're the one that are festering, manifesting, and projecting this idea that this person is racist or these group of people are racist.
There was a story I read like a couple of years ago, I think it was, where the guy mentioned a very similar scenario where he was like, I would walk home. He's like, I moved into this neighborhood in New York. I walk home. And there was always a bunch of group of guys sitting at a stoop. And I would always cross the street. Even before I got on the block, I made sure I crossed the street so that way I don't walk in front of that stoop. Because they're drinking, put music on, smoking.
Yep.
And then he was like, it wasn't...
And they always say some shit.
Yeah, they're going to say something, right?
Gonna say some shit.
Because it's funny,
It's funny that they're drinking. They're having a good time.
Yeah,
it could get violent. So you know what?
Just to be safe.
I'm across the street.
But because of all this stuff going on, you're racist if you do that. He was like, I started to feel like, oh man, am I being racist? So he decided, I'm not gonna cross the street this time.
He got his ass fucking.
He got his ass whooped. He got robbed. He's like, I had to file a police report. He's like, I had to do all this shit only because I didn't cross the street.
Now I don't even go down that block.
Because I had to believe their crap, saying that I'm racist. I shouldn't have believed their crap. I'm not being racist. I'm being smart. I don't care if those guys were white. If there was a bunch of Asian guys doing this, I'm like, no, hell no, I'm going across the street, bro. Why would I even put myself in this scenario?
Yeah.
First of all, they're drinking and smoking. I don't care what race they are. You're drinking and smoking, you never know what's going to happen.
You're already throwing it up like
Yeah,
that.
you might as well go
already
across the street
being
just
a
to be
liability.
safe. Yeah. I don't care if they're a bunch of Indian guys there.
Okay, but we're talking about something here, and I'm trying to categorize it. An eye for an eye in racism, the category racism, is it because blacks have experienced these segregations, and not just blacks, but we did too, Latinos, minorities, let's just put minorities, whatever, who cares? Because we went through some shit, we're racist against all white people all the time. An eye for an eye.
I don't think that. I don't know if that's the right term. I just think that we're suspicious of them all the time.
Suspicious?
Yeah.
Of what?
Of white people.
Of what?
Of their history.
Of what?
Nah, I don't know what you're asking me.
Like, what are we suspicious of them?
Oh, why are we suspicious?
Why are we suspicious?
Oh, because historically they took advantage of us.
Okay.
So we're kind of like.
But right now,
suspicious.
first of all, you weren't there. We've heard this argument. You weren't there.
Yeah.
Tú no estabas ahí. So,
But I'm still suspicious.
But of what? What did that white person you're looking at do?
Because I don't know why he crossed the street. I don't know if he crossed the street because he's actually racist or he's trying to be safe. So I'm still suspicious on him until he could prove me otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm trying to get a job,
okay, he proved it. He decided to make a rule that you can't cross the street. You walk through and you salute. You wave, you acknowledge each other.
Yeah.
We don't have to walk on different sides of the streets anymore.
So
and that's a law.
I'll
now.
give you an example. If the guy I'm working with is mad cool, right? My suspicious level goes down. Because, hey, he's associated with me. He's talking to me. He's cool.
And you're categorizing those group of people based on your interaction with this one individual of those group of people.
No, just a general idea of who these white people are, right? Because that's how we were brought up. There's no way to get around it. This is what we were taught always.
Right. I have this underlying belief of this culture, of this group of people.
Yeah, exactly.
But I met this dude who
But that's
comes
what I'm saying. There's no races. It's always some level. Because me looking at the white guy like that is kind of racist. Because he could have been the nicest guy in the world.
So is it...
But I'm immediately suspicious of him. Like, I don't know if I was guy. Until I get to know him, like, all right, he's a cool guy. And then it gets to the point where it's like, no, he's my brother. What are you talking about? We work together. Until a Spanish guy robs his car and he's like, I fucking hate Spigs. I'm like, oh, I knew it.
So it's Black History Month.
Black History Month.
It's a whole month of Black History.
Yeah.
How is that white dude feeling right now?
On Black History Month?
On Black History Month.
I don't know. That's a good question. We should get a white guy in here.
You feel me? You see what I'm saying? It's White History Month.
White History Month.
I mean, yeah, it's White History Month.
It's White History Year. Black people get a month.
The basement. That was pretty much it, because like Morgan Freeman said in that clip, there is no White History Month. There's no White History Day.
They are history.
They are history.
And that's the problem. That's what you're trying to
That's
get at.
mad power, son.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he's like, why are we relegating ourselves to this 1 month? Not even the shortest month of the year? Why are we...
So that white person during Black History Month, they don't give a shit. Like, yeah, have your little month.
Have your month. I have 11 months. Have your little month. I don't care.
That's fucked up.
And we're gonna
Is
see
it fucked up?
We're gonna see it now. We're gonna see on TV, Black History Month. We're gonna see.
But do they feel like shit? As a white guy, it's Black History Month.
No, I don't think they give a
Am I walking around like, damn, my fucking ancestors? Shit, I still gotta deal with because these fucking ancestors of mine is fucking.
They're probably gonna feel like that because of other people, not because of them. Like personally, they probably don't care. They're like, well, whatever.
They didn't feel it in January.
Yeah, they're like, I don't.
But in February,
I didn't do that. I wasn't there. I don't.
I wasn't there. But in February,
In February, all the black people he's gonna feel like they're looking at him like that.
he's gonna feel like a black person is looking at them
like,
through the eyes of
like
back then.
Yeah, exactly. And meanwhile, he's like, I wasn't even around. I don't care about any of that stuff. I'm trying to get my paycheck at the end of the week. I don't care about any of this. But during February, I gotta feel this crap. Everybody's looking at me. They might say something.
Yeah, I think that that kind of like
Every time he goes to Chase Bank, he's gonna see the freaking African flag next to the Chase logo. He's like, damn it. Every time he goes to the ATM, every time he goes to Starbucks, he's gonna see the Black History Month coffee. Every time. Because again, these companies, they don't care about black people. They don't care about gay people. They care about money. They care about green. So you're gonna see that the next month, every company's Black History, baby.
everyone.
And then as soon as March 1st, shut it down. No more Black History Month. Now we do the next thing, Irish.
They don't exist anymore. Next group.
Next group. They don't care. These companies don't care. But that's totally different. But
I would eliminate
it's
all.
almost like the reason why we have Black History Month is because companies want it to happen, because it gives them something to advertise and to cater to.
There's a country that doesn't. It's illegal to post signs of your business. Like you can't have a sign. So the whole town looks like regular. Like.
So how do you know? I'm curious. Is it word of mouth?
You could put your name on your business, but just letters. Like you can't make it elaborate lights
wow.
and it's just and it looks kind of.
It's nice, like old timey.
Not just, but it's not at the same time. So it's
almost like that movie.
There's a zen that comes out of it.
It's like the movie They Live. You ever seen that movie They Live?
No.
Where he puts the glasses on. Remember Roddy Piper?
I do remember Roddy Piper. But you know what I mean? That's like this zen. If you removed all these celebrations identifying all these different cultures and races, do we get that kind of vibe? That we're all just wearing the same thing?
Let me see if I can find the scene.
Oh my God, this is old as shit.
Okay, so look at the sign. Look, like that?
Yeah.
It says obey, but he takes glasses off. Hey. So everything is just words. Done. Obey.
And he keeps seeing different things?
Only because of the glasses. Do you remember this movie?
God, I feel like I
haven't seen this movie in ages. But there's a part, look, every sign he looks at. Look, come to the Caribbean. See what it is? Right? So that's the advertisement when you put on the special glasses. Right. Marry and reproduce. What? The hell?
It's the intent behind the image that's being portrayed. He's seeing the intent behind
Look, what happens though. Look. He's looking at this magazine. It's the intent behind it, yeah.
Oh, that's so good. It's the intent behind.
He finds these special glasses. I love it.
That's so good.
So he's blown away. But look, this is the big reveal in the movie. Bam.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
Is that the hell you're looking at? You got a problem? So basically, what the big reveal of the movie is that some people are aliens that are hidden, and the other ones are not. And you could tell with these glasses.
I feel like watching this movie. What is the name of it?
It's called They Live. Look, you see, he's looking at this guy. This guy's normal, and this is like, over here's an alien. The basement, baby. All right, we out.
We out.
Yo, what up, everybody? If you like what you saw, please click on some of the video links on the side. And please support our channel by liking, subscribing, and leave a little comment. And maybe we'll respond back to you. And hopefully, you'll be a guest on our next episode.
Young girl from PA with family living in the lower deck. I won't say names, but I was lame and I was spewing disrespect. Turn to God and disaffect. That's worth to Trump. Now let's inspect to interject on what the young is spitting. I'm spitting for where the sacred texts are given.